That'd be a good little survey site then.
It's an invasion, and it's been happening all around us. Invasive plants not native to Vancouver Island have been spreading for decades. Some have spread their roots so extremely that removing them all would be beyond doable.
It's only because so many of these plants are so well established, it would take years, many years to try and control them. And I don't think that's a realistic goal. We need to be more targeted, more specific about how we manage and why we're managing.
By targeting specific invasives, the city is aiming to protect and even rejuvenate some of the natural diversity in different parks and wetlands within Nanaimo.
The area we're standing in is Jingle Pop Marsh, or 3rd Street Park. This area is covered with a lot of invasive species.
It's safe to say there are dozens. This is a highly disturbed site that is slowly kind of regenerating itself and naturalizing. So if there's anything we can do to help bring it back to a point where there's more of that natural diversity that was once here, that's the kind of thing we'd like to try and encourage.
And our project is basically to restore a plant that's locally extinct or extirpated to the site, known as Vancouver Island Beggar Ticks. Well, Vancouver Island Beggar Ticks is a plant endemic to the Pacific Northwest. It's an annual plant, so the plant dies off every year and it grows from seeds again the next year. An interesting thing about the plant is that the method of dispersal for the plant is through the seeds. So the seeds attach onto wild fowls such as ducks and herons, and that way it's spread to new wetland locations.
Here, Vancouver Island beggar ticks have been crowded out by reed canary grass, a grass that actually looks quite natural in the wetland, but in fact it's been spreading aggressively.
The big problem with reed canary grass is it already gets so tall, so it really shades out all of our native species. It can disperse to new areas through rhizomes, which are underground stems that can grow roots and shoots, or through seeds. So the water disperses these seeds or rhizomes. That's a big problem in a wetland because it can gain a lot of ground really fast. You have to really know what you're dealing with when you're trying to deal with the restoration plan, because you can't just leave all the rhizomes behind and leave it at that, or all the plants will grow back. And it also grows really early in the season, so a lot of native species don't really get the chance to compete with it, because by the time they would normally be germinating from their seeds, the reed canary grass is already pretty tall and crowds them out.
In this area, volunteers and the city have tilled the ground and removed much of the invasive grass. At a second site in this 3rd Street Park, a different method of controlling the reed canary grass is being tested.
This site is different from the other site because at this site we have a higher proportion of native plants. So you can see all of the cattails that are now dead that'll grow back. So the other site we're trying to reintroduce them at because it's suitable habitat. This we know for sure was suitable habitat because it was one of the last locations in which they grew in Nanaimo. So we've tilled the same as in the other place. But the difference here is that we've put down pond liner to try to smother the reed canary grass. So this has been over all winter. We can just tailor our restoration efforts based on the experimental method.
Efforts to renaturalize 3rd Street Park will continue this season, and for anyone curious about other invasives, the city has compiled plenty of information to help the public take action on their own properties.
Invasive Plant Month is on all month of May. If you're interested in any more information, please go to the city website, www.nanaimo.ca/go/invasives, and there'll be plenty of information there for anyone who'd like to learn more.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Derek Johnstone.